Hi, this is Max Newman with The Main Squeeze, and the podcast you are listening to is part of the Osiris Network. Osiris is creating a community that connects people like you with podcasts and live experiences about artists and topics you love. They'll be doing many live events this summer around the country, which will include artist interviews, contests, and more. Sign up for the newsletter at osirispod.com to stay in the loop. Yeah.
Well, backstage in the artist compound, sitting on a swing chair with Rob Turner, made his way all the way from Atlanta. Rob.
Seth just pulled this recording unit out of his pocket, basically. Hit one button, and we're cutting segments, baby. Yeah,
well,
this is quite striking, this Electric Forest. This is my debut. I've never been to Rothbury, Michigan for anything, ever.
You missed Rothbury Fest, too. You would have loved Rothbury Fest.
Well, what was the difference between Rothbury and Electric Forest?
Rothbury is built more for an older audience, you know, having Bob Dylan and some more mainstream, not mainstream, but more, like, it was built more for, like, a Wilco audience, so to say, although it still had all these elements. Now, this festival is built more on the EDM side with the jam band thing and string cheese, but really, Rob, what you're going to see is this festival takes the forest to a whole other level. And I know that sounds cliche, but there's so many underlying stories going on here.
Well, you were just telling me that there's a scavenger hunt kind of thing going on.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a scavenger hunt that it's...
People wait in line for these cards for an hour or more at times. Correct.
Yep. Some people actually don't even come here for the music. They come here for that interactive experience. There's an artist that is here that is going to perform in a stage that is actually out in GA. It's not an official stage, but it is a stage that is fully loaded with sound, etc. This artist is going under a pseudonym. I forget the name. Pseudonym. But people don't know that this artist is here. Do you know who this artist is? And I'll give you a hint. It's an EDM, very big artist.
Very big EDM. How about Skrillex?
Close. Give you one more chance.
Close to Skrillex, but not Skrillex. Marshmello is.
He's here.
But by the way, that is one I want to see. Marshmello. I've heard a lot about Marshmello, but that's not it.
Nope. You're one DJ away. I'll give you a hint. Dead
Mouse.
Yeah, he's here.
I've seen Dead Mouse. Actually, it was pretty cool when I saw Dead Mouse. And what's his pseudonym going to be?
It's like Startup Kid or something like that.
Or a live rat. Living rat.
No. All right, Rob, let's go explore. What do you say?
Let's go see the forest for the trees. You'll hear that a few more times from me. We are backstage.
Yo.
At the, what's the name of the stage again? Jubilee Stage? I think so.
Yes.
Where not only the Main Squeeze just performed, but Corey from the Main Squeeze sat in with Carl Denson and a slew of all-star musicians playing an acid jazz, primarily brand new heavy set. Is that correct, Corey?
Yeah, it was mostly brand new heavy music, which I didn't know about until a week ago.
So what, did Carl just reach out to you?
Carl's like, yo, I'm in Europe during Rolling Stones tour, and we want to get you on some music, so let's do it.
And it was Jagger's idea, right? Mick was like, you got to get Corey. You got to get Corey.
Right. No. He's having to. He doesn't think about me yet.
So did you go to the rehearsal before you guys played your set?
Had rehearsal, drove in. We had a lake party. We've been staying at a lake this week in between our Electric Forest weekends. So we had a little bit better than most people who had to camp. We got to go hang out. Shout out to the Marlowe family. And Marlowe down 1.
Awesome.
So we started a lake tradition.
So how is that, just jumping out there into the fire with musicians you've never played before? Is that easy, or is it challenging? Or
I think it's
you certainly
challenging, more challenging than easy. But I'm relieved. I don't know if you can tell.
Well, in the crowd, it didn't seem like it was easy, but you never know what's going on in
so
your
I
head.
made it look hard?
No, it seemed sweet, and people
it
were
was good.
boogieing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, it was a good time. Carl makes it so fun, and I've done shows with Jen and Natalie before, who also set in on the gig. And then also
typically everyone orchestra stuff, though, right?
Yeah. No, we've done some other gigs together. We first did a gig after GD50 weekend at Concord Music Hall in Chicago. So that was the first time we ever gig together, but we met each other at, I believe, the first Halloween. It was the first time we ever met. And we ended up chatting after our set there. We had a fun set there, and Jen saw us. I think it was after Halloween, and ended up becoming pretty good friends. So she was very instrumental in getting me in with a lot of these guys and getting me on some of these gigs and meeting some new people and kind of spreading the squeeze through a lot of super jams, which has been very, very helpful for the band. So
now you got to spread the gen by telling Randy Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he probably already knows. He knows about Fish, he knows about Trey.
But Christian McBride knew about Fish and about Trey, but he didn't know that Jen sang until they did an album together, and suddenly he's like, "Oh my God, you can sing too!"
Yeah, she's the best, man.
Yeah.
She is best voice. If you don't know, you need to know. Jen Hartswick has the best voice.
And let's talk about Main Squeeze, because you're about to play Red Rocks with String Cheese. You've played Red Rocks before, right?
We've played Red Rocks 2 years ago with Umphreys for the 4th of July. Wow, 2 years ago, almost to the day. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Rob remembers that day. Rob, our bass player, is here. That was Slash Keys, our MD, Rob Skywalker.
Rob, give us a memory of Red Rocks. Come on.
Umphreys.
Well, more about, hey, everybody, I'm Rob Skywalker.
Skywalker in the
Bass
house.
player.
MD.
Third best bass player in the band.
The secret, yeah.
No, it was more about before Red Rocks. Just getting there was a journey.
Yeah, we were coming from High Sierra,
Yeah.
so
Did a whole crazy
Rob
run.
got stuck on the plane, or stuck in the airport. We had to get him on the plane.
Corey had my back, though. He, told the flight people, don't leave. We got to have
Don't
a
leave.
bass
We can't
player
leave
for
without
Red
a bass
Rocks.
player. We need him for Red Rocks.
Wait, hold on. This is the story where you sang on the plane, right?
Don't go leaving. No, I didn't. I was just shouting at this dude. I said, "Don't leave my bass player, please."
Just
Right
in the
before this door
bathroom,
needs to
just
close, say his full name. We are playing our first Red Rock show, and we cannot miss our bass player. So we got him on the plane.
We made it.
2 years
it was,
ago.
It was epic.
The rest is history.
Shout out to Tom
And now
Spaghetti.
2 years later, we're about to play with String Cheese. So
I
it's
know,
going
it's
from
crazy.
Wait, don't go away. You're playing bass. It's obvious when you're playing the bass, but you also, when you're playing the keys, are doing bass lines and playing some melody, aren't you?
Yeah, so it's pretty much just started out doing all that this year, just playing a lot of keys. I'm a keyboard player first, growing up, but just want to incorporate that now into what we do. So yeah, playing key bass on top and then playing some auxiliary keys on the bottom. Just
really trying to
a
fill
little
up the
bit.
sound. And
Yeah.
Smiley secretly likes to play bass.
Yeah.
So it's
He
actually
kills at it, too.
Yeah,
He's
it's
amazing,
really
so.
fun.
But it throws
Switch
people
it
off.
up.
Fans are looking up there and going, Wait, where's the bass player? They got 2 keyboards.
Right.
Well, no, they got 3s. They got a
Yeah,
guitar.
right,
Be
exactly.
confused. There's a lot of other crazy things
Yeah,
going on
so
stage.
much
So
going
that's
on.
cool.
But it's
Make
all
the
good.
ears
You want
guess
to keep
a little
everybody
bit.
guessing.
Exactly. Keep them guessing.
And where are you coming from? What are some of your previous bands? And was there improvisation involved in any of them?
Yeah. So I was in Bloomington, like the rest of the guys, back at school at IU. Played with a band called 3 Story Hill. Played with a couple other jazz bands and stuff like that. So luckily
Stick it out.
got a chance to meet up with these guys, a couple years back, and we all made the move out together when we went out to LA. So, but yeah, shout out 3 Story Hill too. They're still kicking it. Crazy.
That is
Doing it.
crazy.
But yeah.
So we're
How's
back
it
to a
sound?
5-piece B-Town band now.
And just give us your thoughts on Electric Forest, and then you're all squatting and uncomfortable here.
No, it's all good. All good. Crazy. This was my first year doing it. So we, did last week and kind of chilled out in between and did this week. too. But I mean, it's amazing. We did the observatory stage last week, and it was like all the lights and just so much craziness going on. It's like just never seen nothing like it. Yeah, just all the butterflies and the trees and the deer. But no, it was right, exactly. No, but it was cool. Had a good time. Definitely glad to do it again.
I can't help myself. I'm staring at this Indiana Pacers logo. Have you guys heard any NBA news today?
Yes, we have.
I have all the NBA news that you need.
Yeah.
First, LeBron is going to Los Angeles. Sorry for Cleveland fans.
LeBron's a Laker.
Gotta move on.
You're listening to Inside Out's Turner Sports Radio.
I think it's great for fans of the Celtics-Lakers rivalry because we'll see you in the finals in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Should be good. Hopefully these Pacers get a chance now. Like, LeBron's out of the
I'm
East.
excited for the Pacers.
It's going to be a good time. See what
the
happens.
East is wide open, so I can be mad at other people besides LeBron for the last 10 years. Well, 15 because he's really just dominated the East. So I'm happy as a Pacers fan. Makes me really happy.
Okay, let's talk about the fall tour, Halloween, New Year's. What you got? What's coming up with Main Squeeze?
So we're getting ready for a busy fall run. We're going to get things kicked off in Los Angeles, hometown, now that we're living there, in October 6th. And then from there, we're going to make our way to Colorado. And from there, we're going to hit basically northeast. We did a lot of south for the spring run, so the fall is going to be some Midwest shows. We're headed up to New York City, so we're going to get an East Coast run going. We got a week in Florida, and then we're going to wrap things up in Indianapolis for Thanksgiving weekend, in Chicago, our first Thalia Hall show that we're very excited about that. South side of Chicago.
Awesome.
Pilsen. Will Pilsen Main Squeeze Throwdown to wrap up tour. So
We've got some B-Town in there, too, so we'll be back home.
yeah, headed home to B-Town where it all started in October. Very rare that we get a B-Town squeeze in, but it is one of the best places to come catch a show. Per our fans, people travel from far and wide now to see us play in Bloomington, which is fun. And we're doing Halloween, I think, in Buffalo. First Buffalo show. So we're going to do a Northeast Rager.
Any theme on the Halloween? Any little tidbits?
We haven't gotten there yet. We got a little bit of summertime to figure that out. So while we're working on some of this new music that we're getting on, which we're going to be releasing a few things this summer.
New music.
New songs. Yeah, we're still working on exactly how we're going to do it, but we're going to start by releasing a couple singles. We've been working with some people out in L.A. and really getting some stuff together that we're pretty excited about. And so we're going to be on the lookout for some new squeeze.
So talk about the growth of your sound on these things.
The sound is growing. We've really just trying to evolve in every aspect like we do on every album. We grow a little bit more, so we're a little bit more song-driven, but really just focusing. We kind of put a barrier up as far as I would say rock, this like rock funk barrier. Kind of set a wall. We were talking about that the last time, and we spoke, I believe, at Round 420 Fest.
Have these songs been performed live, or are you holding them out from a live
a couple we've played live, but not very much, and so we'll kind of get them ready for fall tour and really be ready to go. That's Rob's job. So
right on, Rob.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, a couple more things. First of all, your lovely girlfriend Bree is here, and I miss my dog. And I walk into your trailer, and there's this lovely little puppy dog sitting next to you.
There is a lovely little puppy dog,
which is brand new to your world. How did this all happen?
Yes, my lovely girlfriend got a puppy for us, and we're very happy. She's the best puppy ever.
What kind of puppy?
She's a Bernie Doodle, a Bernese Mountain Dog, and
that's a what?
Yeah,
Doodle,
toy poodle.
Wow. Oh, wait. Can our listeners pet it?
Yeah. Oh, she's soft, right? Oh, no, she's down here. She's the most chill dog ever. Her name's Elsie.
Elsie. And when you said that, is it named after Elsie Greenwood?
No. It was actually, we were going back and forth with Ellie, but I have a good friend with a dog named Ellie. And her name was Kelsey, which was the breeder's name. So we just took the K off.
Yeah, you don't want to be like Robin Quivers and name
your
your
pet.
pet.
We don't need any.
You know what I'm talking
any bad
about.
juju.
Right.
Yeah. No pun intended.
Elsie, you don't want juju?
I know.
Elsie.
See, I know.
That's
what I was saying.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
Do you listen to? By the way, these guys have been on Inside Out WTNS.
Episode number. Seth, this is where you put in the episode number.
I forgot to look up the episode number, but it was fantastic. You were in town for a festival that will remain nameless. They didn't give us media credentials the next year after we did these awesome interviews.
Really?
Yeah. It's one of those hipster festivals. They're a little too cool for a podcast that does, I guess, too many jams.
And this is where you take that out.
And I'll leave that right in there. But we're on the Osiris Podcast Network now.
Sick. Osiris Podcast. What up?
So there's a whole bunch of podcasts on there. Check us out, please do. Yeah. Are you now? He said you're a podcast guy.
He is.
I am. I have my own
I'm doing my
podcast.
first one when I get back. I have one with my good buddy, so we've been trying to get it off the ground for a while.
Come on the network.
got to keep together, keep together, keep together. Corey Fry, y'all.